Welcome to Profit Channels. This is my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor and I don't give financial advice. Please consider this video entertainment. Today I am talking about GGB. That's their name. It's on the New York Stock Exchange, $3.08 as of Friday afternoon, the 29th. It is a steel company based in Brazil. Nice price to earnings, price to sales, steady quarterly net income, and slightly decreasing annual net income, but increasing quarterly. So it's North America, Brazil, and Latin America. Their assets and liabilities look pretty good. Annually, we've got reducing free cash flow, but we have free cash flow. And quarterly is also reducing. We have 12 analysts and 2 holds and 10 strong buys, with the price going up 2% to 61%. If I look at their net income, so 164, 242 million, and then 54 million, but then up to 128, and now up to 151. So the net income is increasing quarter over quarter. If we look at our average basic shares outstanding, we've been up as high as 2.52 billion, and now we've gone down to 2.01 billion. So that could explain this free cash flow not looking so good as they're buying back shares. Here is a monthly channel that we're in, and it's got a nice midpoint line. And you can see we're right at this point of control. And we have a strong monthly candle as we have now finished out this month. So if we break this line, then we could make a run, or we could pull back and then make that run. If I go to the weekly, you can see that I don't want to do that channel yet. Here we go. On the weekly, we have this channel. And so I'm cutting off the bottom here, but we've got a couple touches at the top. The midpoint line is real strong. And we didn't quite make it to the bottom. I don't know if we could. If I look at a retracement, the overall length, we hit 1.6 or 6.18. So I don't know if we're going to go further than that. If we did a full retracement from the top to the bottom, that could get us right down to the bottom of this channel. Otherwise, we got this 618 line right here. And then if we can take this big channel, and then we've got this channel I've already previewed, and you can see that we kind of are breaking out of this channel. So are we going to come back in it, or are we going to take off? Let's look at the daily. You can see that pop up, came back down, pop up, came back down, popped up, came back down. We just keep doing this. So we have to break this line right here. And we have not done that yet. And we have this gap down here. Again, we could have short-term retracements. We can see this 382 is real pretty. So we could come back to this 618 or the 382 at least. Let me get rid of these channels and let's go to the weekly again and look at our moving averages. So we've been breaking down to the 200 and then broke through it. Now we've been bouncing off this 50 as we work our way down. Our lines gathered up and we broke down after kind of moving sideways in the channel. So right now we just got above on the weekly the 50, and it's a pretty strong candle. We've got a shorter term point of control. Let's see, where's my volume profile? Yeah, down here. If I go back to the weekly, we are at the weekly, sorry, go to the day. You can see that we've been bumping up against the 200 and breaking down, bumping up against the 200. So we are gathering up all the lines here and getting ready to make a move. So are we going to break down and fill this gap or start heading up? Again, we have not broken this line. If I were to look at, let's go back to the weekly, the fib extensions. So this is the short-term extension from here to this top right here and back down to the bottom. And you can see we've made it up to the 2 and are bouncing off of it. Our point of control is the 168. So, we could have this short-term retracement, something like that. Back this up. So if we look at this long-term retracement from the bottom to the top, we hit the 168. And then if I do this extension here, you can see how there's a lot of congruence. I just need to turn the right ones off. So here is the extension from the bottom to the top to the bottom. You can see how that lined up so nice with this one, this full retracement from the bottom to the top. And so we bounced off to 236. Are we going to come up here and touch this 236 and hit the 100 and fight with that? Or are we going to break down? You can see the 382 is a pretty good level. This 236 is a pretty good level. So, right now I just want to see what's going to happen. If I look at the GGB divided by the S&P 500, we're pretty low, historically low. And I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So you can see we're at some, this is definitely a point right here. Where we bounced off of it. this is kind of like a range, really, from here to here. So we'll see if we fall in there and then bounce back up. Here is our parabolic SAR and super trend. We've got mixed signals, but the RSI is looking positive. MACD is looking positive, and the stochastic is looking positive on the weekly. On the daily, we've got all buys here. Our RSI, it's trending up. The MACD is trending up, and we are in overbought in the stochastic. So if you look at what we've been doing, it's been up and down and up and down. So are we going to head back down, or are we going to pin the stochastic up? Here is the RSI Bollinger Band strategy on the weekly. We broke out the bottom and are trying to work our way up to the moving average. Money flow index is pretty neutral. Squeeze momentum is less bullish, and we have no trend at the moment. On the daily, now we're dancing around our moving average. The money flow index is slightly positive, but it looks like we're having lower highs. Same thing with the squeeze momentum, but it is still bullish, and our ADX is saying there's just no trend at all right now. It's so low. So this is just one to keep an eye on. They pay 3.25% dividends, but yeah, I'm looking for a pullback to get in. But this is entertainment. I hope you enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe.